Hey everybody, it's Mr. Instacrat. As you know, I really love the internet, and today I've got more weird news on the internet. Don't believe me, you can look it up yourself. Right now, the state of Florida is coming on really strong this week. First of all, right now it is still legal to marry your first cousin in Florida. Part of a larger bill they tried to pass in the Florida House of Representatives, HB 733, said, let's make it illegal to marry your first cousin, but they didn't manage to get it through. So let's go Florida men. Also, just so you know, it's legal in 16 other states to marry your first cousin too, like in California, New Jersey, New York, and Hawaii. Might have to start saying California man and New York man, as well as Florida man. Also, recently, a man in Kissimmee, Florida was arrested for having sex with a vacuum cleaner outside a residence, i.e. not his residence. He just picked a certain romantic spot to go have sex with the vacuum cleaner. Now, in all fairness, one, the vacuum cleaner was very slutty, and two, if you can't have sex with your cousin, at least you can have sex with your vacuum. Also, I found this out recently at the Chinese Spring Festival. 4 Chinese companies debuted Kung Fu robots. Now, it turned out, though, they had the Kung Fu robots doing dance routines. Now, what it turned out happened was that Chuck Norris visited there before he passed away. The robots were too afraid to fight Chuck Norris, so they broke out the dance moves instead. Now, the one thing I did want to ask these companies was if they're going to have Chuck Norris model robots. If they are, they better be made in the USA. Now, here is more of your tax dollars at work. Last year, there was a bill proposed in the Ohio legislature to ban humans from marrying AI. Yes, and it also turns out in Ohio you cannot marry your first cousin there, so they're very restrictive. What they found out was people are actually forming relationships with their AI chatbots. Now, this is odd, but I've found a solution. Basically, if you have a relationship with your AI chatbot, you need to get out of your mother's basement and go get a life. Try talking to a girl. It works. Even more of your tax dollars at work. TSA has recently been detaining people for having a sweaty crotch. That's right. TSA has equipment that can detect moisture and find sweaty crotches. They are protecting us from sweaty crotches. Now, TSA did release a statement on this. They said to avoid being detained for having a sweaty crotch, they recommend that you dress in breathable fabrics. That way, we all get to smell it. But then I realized, now I know when I'm at the airport why the line smells so bad. Thank you, TSA. Here's something even odder. In December, in Ashland, Virginia, a liquor store was vandalized by a drunken raccoon. That's right, in Virginia, my home state. They found in the liquor store broken bottles, a collapsed ceiling tile, alcohol all over the floor, and the raccoon passed out drunk in the bathroom, just like humans do. They did not say if he had vomited, though. Turns out the raccoon fell through the ceiling, broke a bunch of bottles, had a party, and passed out drunk. Now, here's the odd part. Nobody bothered to just go shoot the raccoon and be done. Instead, they called the local animal control. Animal control waited until the raccoon sobered up. Then they safely released him back into the wild. They did not say whether or not they gave him alcohol counseling. Me personally, I look at it as another drunken predator out on our streets. Unacceptable. Here's the part of the report I refer to as Big Pharma to the rescue. It turns out in America, pet obesity is on the rise right now with 60% of our pets overweight. In 2022, over 100 million pets were either overweight or obese. Now, there is a new proposal out there for literally Ozempic for dogs and cats. This is being pushed by the Association for Pet Obesity Prevention. And yes, this actually exists. Got me thinking, Mr. Instagram, are we so fat and lazy in this country that now even our pets are fat and lazy too? I have a solution though. 1, take your dog for a walk. 2, don't feed him so damn much. Problem solved. Here is even more Big Pharma to the rescue. Ozempic users, human users, not the pets, are now claiming that Ozempic makes their penises bigger. Now, many doctors have theorized that it's not so much that the penises got bigger, it's just the Ozempic users can actually now see their penises. There's a lot less fat. The users have claimed their penises have gotten 1 to 1.5 inches bigger. Now, me personally, I believe this is just marketing by Ozempic. Can you imagine the commercial? Side effects include not just a bigger, but a much bigger penis. The line will start out in front of CVS at 6 a.m. the next morning. This is Mr. Instagram. You know you want me. You know you love me. Time to make a commitment and like and subscribe. Peace out.